Here I have the Betafpv Meteor 75 Pro, and let me say it straight away, this might be the best budget FPV drone for beginners right now. The people of Betafpv saw my video on the Power 20 Pro, which I have right here. In that video I explained why the Power 20 Pro is my favorite drone and why I fly it every week. So they decided to send me this unit, so I could review it and give you my honest opinion on it. I will try to keep my review as honest as possible. But if you already know me, you know that I have a weakness for tiny whoops, like this one. These are the drones that you can fly in any day of the week. And also, if there's bad weather and you cannot fly it outside, you can also fly it at home. But you have to be a good pilot, to be honest. So today we will look at the good, the bad, and if this drone is a good fit for you. So first, let's start with a quick unboxing. So in the box we will find some extra propellers, the USB-C adapter, one screwdriver, some canopy accessory, two batteries and the battery charger that also doubles as a battery tester, really nice, one USB cable, and finally the drone. I didn't change any configuration on the drone, I just wanted to use the default settings. The only thing that I did was changing the startup music of the motors.
Nice.
To get started with this hobby, you will need three things: a drone with some batteries, some FPV goggles, and the radio controller. One of the biggest reasons why tiny whoops are my favorite drones is how easy they are to carry around and fly anywhere. If I'm in a rush, or maybe during my lunch break, I will just put the drone, some batteries, the controller and the FPV goggles in a small backpack and I'm ready to go. My dog is getting old, and now she cannot walk anymore, so we have to use a small car for taking her for a walk. Because of that, it is not that easy to bring the equipment with me. But since the Meteor 75 is so small, I can just carry it with the radio controller and one battery in my pocket. So, if during the morning I feel like I need to fly, I will just take the drone and some batteries and fly for a couple of minutes. And if I have some free time during my lunch break, I will also take the FPV goggles and some batteries and fly for longer. And now let's go for the most important thing. How does it fly? The Meteor 75 Pro is fast, responsive and has more than enough power for auto flying. Even in windy conditions, it holds itself surprisingly well. You will be hitting gaps, crashing and having a lot of fun with it. And seriously, this drone feels indestructible. I have crashed many times at full speed and it didn't take a dent. And if you were to crash into somebody, it wouldn't be so bad, since the drone is so lightweight you can barely feel it. Of course, you should not try to hit people with the drone. But if something happens, it's not going to be terrible. And also, the Meteor 75 is not loud, so you will not be bothering people, attracting currents, quite the opposite. Many people will come and will ask you about the hobby and get interested in it. And because all of that, I think this is the best drone a beginner can get. And of course, if you're an experienced pilot, you can still have a lot of fun with it. I recommend this drone or other tiny whoops not because they are magically easy to fly. It's because how crash resistant those are. You can crash those multiple times. They are meant to withstand many crashes, so I wouldn't bother too much. And if you somehow manage to break anything from this thing, you can get any replacement from anything you can break for very cheap, such as the motors, the VTX, the camera module, anything. I'm saying this because beginners tend to crash. They crash a lot. That's normal, so you want something that is crash resistant, that you can run into walls, branches, because if you're scared of crashing, you will not learn as fast and you will not enjoy the hobby as much. So, crash a lot, and learn and have fun. That's the only thing I have to say here. So, this drone is not perfect. The biggest flaw that I found is that the camera angle is not adjustable. I mean, I don't see this issue as a big deal because the camera angle, it's consistently standard position. And even though it might be a little more complicated to fly for an FPV beginner, you will get used to it pretty easily, and it's something that I have seen beginners struggle a lot, because they just adjust the angle really low and they get a bad habit, and when they try to fly on a normal FPV angle, it's like, you know, obviously it would be nice to be adjustable, but as I said, I don't think this is a big deal. And by the way, this is not present on the digital version, because on the digital version you can actually adjust the camera angle, so you know. And now that I mentioned the digital version of the Meteor 75, let's also compare it with the analog version. Here we can see a side-by-side comparison between the digital and the analog version. Obviously, the digital on the left, analog on the right. This is what you can expect out of the digital version. I also noticed that the range is a lot better on the digital version, because when you go behind a tree, sometimes with the analog version you may get some noise on the video. And here is what you can expect out of the analog version. Some people, till this day, still prefer the analog version because it has no latency at all. And it also has a retro vibe to it, which makes it pretty interesting. One thing worth mentioning about the digital version is that once you are done flying, you can take the video out of the air unit, so you can have a clean video without always the information in it. And now, let's see the cheapest worth having options in my opinion for starting flying FPV drone. Honestly, the Meteor 75 Pro analog version is one of the cheapest worth having options right now in the market, especially with the Black Friday discounts. And you can start for around $100 for the drone, an extra $45 to $65 for a beginner FPV radio, and you can get goggles for as cheap as €55 if you get the ones from Betafpv, the beginner ones. And of course, you can upgrade anything later and nothing becomes really useless. And if you have a bigger budget, you might want to get a better radio or some better FPV goggles. But if you want the cheapest worth having option, this is the setup I would recommend. And if you prefer the digital video and the budget is not really an issue for you, let's see how much it would cost to start flying digital FPV. First we will need a drone. This without any discount, it comes in around $200. Then we will need the goggles. For this, I use the DJI Goggles 3. These are a little bit pricey, they come in around $600. They might not be that easy to find in the US, as far as I know. But if you're a beginner, I recommend you to start with the Goggles N3, which is a much cheaper option that comes in around $230, €280. So if I was to start right now, I will get the N3 goggles because they are cheaper and they look about the same. And for standing in digital, we also need a radio controller. I mean, this is the Radio Master Pocket. This has become my favorite one. I mean, you can get the DJI controller, you can get the Radio Master Boxer. I mean, there's plenty of options. But I recommend you getting an elrs radio, not the DJI one. So, which one should you buy? Honestly, it depends on your budget. So, if the budget is not an option and you enjoy the digital video, just go for the digital. So, if money is tight, but you want to enjoy this hobby, go with analog. You cannot go wrong with it. The equipment is a lot cheaper. You can maybe find second-hand equipment from people that went to digital and get rid of everything analog, so that's a good option for you. Either way, the Meteor 75 is a drone that you will have in your fleet for years. I actually fly it every week. I will be leaving some links below. They are referral links, so I get a tiny commission, and that helps the channel a lot. I really hope this video helped you, and maybe convince you to try this awesome hobby. Tiny whoops are, in my opinion, the best option to start on this hobby, either if you go digital or if you go analog. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, leave a like and a comment down below. And that's it for today. See you all in the clouds.